Okay, let's do this one more time. I'm Miles Morales. I was bitten by a radioactive spider. For the past year, I've been the one and only Spiderman. So far, I've saved a cat from diabetes. I've also been taking care of the city and stopping a few robberies like this one right here. And since I still am a full-time student, I've got some time to work on my homework. And man, it's been going really well. I mean, just look at this. I'm like the next Picasso over here.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh, didn't see you there. What is up, guys? I just got back from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And oh man, you won't believe how good it is. Now, going into this one, I wasn't that hyped about it, even though I saw the first one and I thought it was amazing, the best animated film. And when I saw a new one was coming out, I was like, I don't think it can get better. Oh man, I was wrong. It got better. I was so excited. I even went out and got myself a Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099 pop. Yeah, this is my favorite Spider-Man now, by far. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I liked about the film and what I didn't like. First, we're going to start off with the positives. Alright, before I get into what I liked, if you haven't saw the film, there might be some spoilers in this review. So if you haven't saw it, go and see it, and then come back. Alright, with that out of the way, what I first liked about this film was the animation. When I saw the first one, I was like, this is amazing animation, best comic book art, best everything. Then I saw the trailer for this one. I was like, okay, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty decent. The animation still looks kind of the same. But then I went into the theater and saw the movie. And the animation excels the first one by a lot. When they go into Spider-Man India's world, it is amazing. The colors, everything. There's just so many colors. Even in Gwen's universe at the start of the movie, you could see like the colors changing in the background when she hugs her father and like when she's swinging throughout the world. It's amazing. It like switches colors. My mind was like blowing. My head exploded and then it regrown because it was like that good. And even with a character, Spider-Punk, Hobie, where his styles and colors keep on changing every single frame, it's just like, how did they do it? How did they do it? Overall, the animation in this movie is absolutely stellar. So vibrant, so eye-popping, so eye-catching. It was amazing. The second thing I liked about this film was the themes and the music. When you start off the movie, you see Spider-Gwen, and you see her world and everything, and her music, when she's swinging around the city, is absolutely amazing. And it was so good. But then it got better. When Miguel O'Hara, this guy, entered, the music went from like here to here. It was beautiful. And even the Prowler'S theme, yes, the Prowler is in this at the end of the film. It's revealed to be Miles from another universe. And the Prowler theme in the first one was good, but they slightly up it from here, which makes it even better. Man, bro, it's just so eerie, so... How do I explain this? Like, so... kind of scary, but so... It goes so hard. It goes so hard. That's the best way I can put it. It goes hard. The next thing I liked in this film was the action. From the beginning of Gwen fighting the Vulture with 2099 Spider-Man and Spider-Woman was absolutely amazing. But then we get to the ending part, well, not the full end, but near the end, where Miles is getting chased by all the Spider-Mans from all the dimensions. It's like crazy. It is crazy of how many cameos there are in there. We'll get to those in a little bit. But just overall, the action exceeds the first one by far. The story in this movie is absolutely amazing. You didn't even think it was going to be that crazy, but when you do see it, it's crazy. It's so many twists, so many turns about Miles being an anomaly in the canon event and he wasn't supposed to even get bit or be Spider-Man. I think that's truly amazing. and great storytelling. The next thing I liked was Miles and the chemistry between the characters, because it was really good. Like, it was more heartfelt in this movie. You get more of that relatability between Miles, his family, and even his feelings towards Gwen, so I thought that was really well. Now, next thing in this film I really liked was the villain. Now, the villain in this movie is the Spot. And when you go into this movie, you think he's just going to be a side villain. Well, he's not. He's the main villain. And he's a good damn main villain. He's like up there in my top favorite comic book villains of all time now. Because first, he's just like kind of a butt of the joke villain of the week. That's what Miles likes to call him. Just another villain of the week, a nobody, basically. But no, he's a somebody. He's not only the main villain of this movie, he's the reason why Miles became Spider-Man. And man, it gets dark when it gets into his story. And I just really like that. I really like that. I can't wait to see what they do with Spot in the next one. Alright, another thing I loved in this film were the cameos. The cameos are absolutely mind-blowing. You get live-action cameos, and you get animated cameos. So we'll do the live-action ones here first. For the live-action cameos, you get Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and you get Donald Glover. Now, Donald Glover plays Aaron Davis, which is the uncle of Miles Morales. But you get him in live-action form as Donald Glover. And he's also the inspiration between Miles Morales. And he's also in his Prowler outfit. And it looks amazing. And he was also in Spider-Man Homecoming. So I hope we see him in Spider-Man 4. Because if we didn't, that would be an absolute shame. Now, for animated cameos, I would say my favorite animated cameo here has to be Spectacular Spider-Man. Yes. Remember that show? It got 2 seasons, never got a 3rd, and it's an absolute shame it didn't. Bring that back. That was a freaking goated TV series. That has to be my favorite by far. You also get some other ones like PlayStation Spider-Man from the PlayStation game, and you get Lego Spider-Man. Yeah, you heard that right. Lego Spider-Man's in this film. And you get many more Spider-Mans. It's like, you have to watch this so many times just to catch all the cameos. Alright, so the next thing in this film I really liked was the cliffhanger ending. For me personally, I liked it. For some of you might be like, are you serious right now? And like scream at the end of the movie, cursing. But for me, I actually really enjoyed it, and it just gives me more to look forward to. And Beyond the Spider-Verse, I hope it comes out next year. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna die of a heart attack if it doesn't come out next year, because man, I need more right away. Alright, and for the last thing in this movie that I really liked was the pacing. Now, pacing in movies are either a hit or a miss. But for me personally, this flew by super fast. And I think it was really good because not only is this movie really long, it's the longest animated film to hit theaters. Alright, so we got all the positives out of the way. Let's get into a negative, because there really aren't many. And the only negative I really could see or hear was the sound mixing in this movie. At the beginning with Gwen, it's kind of hard to hear the characters, and it was like that kind of in the first film as well. And here it's a little less, but you hear it with Spider-Gwen and you hear it with Hobie, which is Spider-Punk. Now, I don't know if it's just his accent, but I couldn't hear him really at all, or at the beginning. But that's the only negative I actually have. But overall, I love this movie. I adore it. And I wish everyone would go out and see it right away. When I came out of this theater, I had to call Lester and ask him for an ambulance because I didn't know if I was having a heart attack and I was gonna make it. It was that good. Overall, this is a great sequel to an already amazing movie. And if I have to rank this out of 10, I personally give it a 10 out of 10. It's that good. It's really up there in my most favorite comic book movies of all time. That's gonna be it for my review. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments personally about this movie. I hope you guys loved it as much as I did, because I'm gonna be watching this like 10 more times. That's gonna be it. See you guys.